What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about what to do after a hard breakup. Before I start, I just want to say that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp because we're going to be talking about mental health and getting your mind right after a relationship, right? A lot of times people go and they have these hard breakups and then they just try to, heal themselves by jumping right back into something else. There's this saying that says the easiest way to get over a man is to get under a new one. And I just don't think that's true. I've watched a lot of people bounce back and forth like a pinball machine into different relationships. And it doesn't do anything good for your mental health to be confusing all of your energies and not really giving yourself time to process who you are, what you became, and how you were affected by your experiences. It's super, super important to make sure that you've given yourself enough time to grow, to learn the lessons necessary to avoid those same heartbreaks in the future. And again, my sponsor, BetterHelp, is a really wonderful place to start there. If you haven't been able to find a good mental health counselor or a good therapist, that's a good place to start. A lot of people don't know where to start. They don't know how to really, approach getting mental health help or even figure out what kind of mental health help they need. And that's always a good method to try to stick your toe in the water and figure it out. On my lives, people bring it up all the time. It's one of my most proud sponsorships because I know it helps people. I know it makes an impact. And a lot of y'all, between your relationships, need to start managing your mental health a little better. Even if you don't go to BetterHelp or get a psychiatrist or a psychologist or somebody who is going to help you in the mental health field, just sitting down and being still and having peace and breathing long enough between experiences as to not to confuse your energy and give yourself enough time again to learn the lessons necessary to avoid similar distractions, to avoid similar mistakes, to avoid wasted time and years. Too often I meet women who have been making the same mistake for many, many years. They haven't grown or improved. They keep doing the same things over and over. And that's because they're not checking their mental health. They're not on top of their energetic health. They're not really even giving themselves space to breathe between relationships. A lot of them go from relationship to guy to relationship to fling to fling to fling to fling. And they just don't give themselves an opportunity to heal. And they wonder why they're carrying baggage. They wonder why they have these toxic ways of communicating. They wonder why they have these toxic ways of dealing with stress and coping with disagreements with each other. But it's because they're not on top of their mental health. It's because they're not on top of their energetic management. It's because they haven't learned the lessons. They haven't taken in the valuable information from each experience. You have to slow yourself down. You have to give yourself an opportunity to succeed. For a lot of people, that might just mean learning how to meditate or taking time off of dating. Or again, getting mental health help like BetterHelp from a licensed therapist. But whatever it might be, you're not going to know if you just jump back into a new relationship. I talk to people all the time that haven't been single since they were like 16. And they're 30-something or 40-something. How do you do that? How do you have 10 relationships in a row without ever realizing or figuring out for yourself what it looks like to just be an individual? Right? How do you even figure out how you feel if you're always ingesting and absorbing other people's energies and other people's atmospheres that they've created and you're just joining those? A lot of times you're joining everybody else and you're not really living your own life. That's why I always advocate for mental health, because it's necessary. You could do so much damage to yourself not managing your mental health. People understand it when you say, well, you got to keep yourself up. You got to look good. You got to put on nice clothes. You got to look presentable, right? You got to manage your weight. People get that. And they're like, well, yeah, you got to do that. You got to keep yourself up. And those same people sometimes don't understand that your mental health is not static. It's not stuck. It's not fixed. It's not frozen. Every day your mental health is in jeopardy. Every day your mental health changes. It's dynamic. It's fluid. It's ever changing. You always have to manage your mental health. And I love BetterHelp because they help people do that. But if you have a counselor, you have a psychiatrist, you have a doctor that you like to go to, please just get back in touch with them. If you don't know where to start, Google it. I don't care. I know BetterHelp is a way that I tell people to go because it's my sponsor and I believe in what they offer. But if you don't believe in that, please just go find help somewhere. Don't do yourself the disservice of thinking, okay, I know how to manage my own mental health. I'm straight. I don't need any help. But you're not watching things change around you. You're getting the same result. Year after year after year, you're not becoming the person or the version of you that you wish you were. You need to do something different to get something different. If you do what you've always done, you will get what you always got. And that pertains to your health, your mental health, your relationships, your friendships, your family dynamics, all of it. Offer yourself something different. Do something you haven't done. If that means managing your weight better, your mental health better, your health better, your diet better. Learning how to communicate, getting a mediator for some of your more tumultuous relationships. kicking some people out of your life, pulling some better energies into your life, or just getting everybody out, clearing everything, and learning who you are because you've been surrounded by other energies for far too long. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to and you don't want to spill the beans to your gossipy cousin. Please go get a mental health professional. Go get one that you know of. Go get one from your medical insurance network, or go to BetterHelp. But go somewhere. Get what you need so that you can grow and evolve as the years go on. Too often we assume growth and wisdom and knowledge and understanding are things that just happen because we got older. But I can tell you this, there are as many old fools as young fools out here. You can just be older and stupid. You don't always grow simply because years have passed you by. That's not how that works, right? You will have the life and the result that you worked for. Not that you want, but that you worked for. Not that you wished for, but that you worked for. If you're not working to grow, if you're not working to evolve and give yourself more, then you may or may not become more. You may or may not get better. You may or may not experience change in your circumstances. BetterHelp is a mental health network of licensed professionals that will help you get your mind right. Through computer, through text messaging, through video calls, through emails, through phone calls. They make mental health help easy and access to a professional easy. So often women come to me and they need a mental health expert. And so often people assume that because I'm a dating coach or a guru, that I'm trying to be somebody's psychiatrist, that I'm pretending to know shit I don't know. And that's just not the case. When I meet people who need mental health help, I point them to mental health help. I'm not here to be a fake expert of mental health. I'm here to advocate for mental health because mental health is important. It determines our selections. Our selections determine our life results and experience. You got to get your mind right if you out here dating. If you want to offer a healthy relationship to someone, if you want to be in a healthy relationship and participate, you have to be on a journey to be your best mental self at all times. And you should also seek out a partner who wants that too, who wants to be their best for you, who's on their journey to grow and to evolve. You don't always have to wait till you make a terrible, dastardly, or drastic mistake to become a better person. Too often we wait for our mistakes to grow us when we don't have to make the same mistakes that we witness from others. Let others make those mistakes. You figure out what they should have done first and you do that. You don't have to ruin your life in order to become greater or to evolve or grow. You're going to make enough mistakes without making unnecessary ones. And too often, the first mistake is not managing our mental health. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys today. I just wanted to drill into you that it really, really matters what you do, how you think, your thought process, your meditative life, your energetic management, all that hippie stuff that people don't want to talk about. We need to start addressing that. Who are you becoming? What are you growing in? Your relationship should always take into consideration what you're becoming, how you're transforming as a result of them. And they should always be growing you. But if you don't know that, and you haven't prioritized your mental health, you haven't prioritized the effect that a person has on you and the effect that you have on someone else, then you might miss that. And you could spend many years making the same mistakes, not growing in ways necessary for you to become a better, wiser, more capable and well-rounded individual. So whether or not you choose BetterHelp, whether or not you get a meditative coach, whether or not you go to counseling of some sort, please go get the help you need so you can grow. Stop wasting time making the same mistakes, living the same low vibrational experience when there's time and there's opportunity to become greater and give yourself better and grow your self-esteem and become happier and raise your emotional baseline. It is possible. You can have a better life as compared to what you've been through. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I just wanted to drop that message off. I hope somebody needed that. I think somebody did, so I hope it helped somebody. Anyway, again, check out BetterHelp in the link below. Follow me at KFIC24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.